Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Dice and Dudes. Tonight we're going to be playing My Little Pony, and it's all your fault. All of you good people out there that voted for My Little Pony in a landslide against 5 different RPGs, I blame you. But hey, what better way to celebrate my 37th birthday than by playing My Little Pony? And that's a sentence that shows you everything you need to know about me. I'm 37 years old, and I'm playing My Little Pony. I don't know what I did wrong.
That brings me to...
But anyway, we want to thank you guys very much for joining us, and we're sorry about the technical issues. We had a whole bunch of updates apparently that just happened that changed a whole bunch of our settings, but we got it all fixed. We're good to go. We're back live now. So we're going to be bringing you this fantastic game that you guys really wanted to see apparently. So we thank you guys very much for that. And we owe this game to our friends over at Game Vault. Lenny and Corey both voted for the My Little Pony role-playing game, and they have supplied us with the products in order to play this game. So Lenny and Corey, you guys are the GOAT. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to all my beautiful players for showing up tonight on a Saturday night as opposed to our typical Wednesdays. We're going to go ahead and cut our announcement short because we're already 30 minutes behind, and pretty soon I want to go ahead and get through this as quickly as possible with my sanity intact.
Don't forget cookies at GameStop. Or not GameStop,
Yeah, tomorrow at Game Vault there will be a Girl Scout cookie booth. So if you're there for the pre-release, definitely bring extra money so you can buy all the cookies. Just all of them. Okay, I don't have to take any home. Alright? Buy all the cookies. Alright? But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to be right back here in a minute and start tonight's game of My Little Pony. We'll be right back. Equestria, where earth ponies, pegasi, and unicorns all live together in harmony. Tonight, I am joined by my very special players that have decided to do this with me, despite their better judgment. So, going around the table, we're going to start with you, Kyle. Go ahead and introduce your character to us, his name, what type of pony he is, and more importantly, what cutie mark do you have?
Dark and Spelltail. Unicorn. It's a paintbrush dripping with paint. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And you, Nick?
I am Sasha Greymane Pony. I am an Earth Pony, and my cutie mark is mushroom stamp right on my ass.
Alrighty.
He's a whore.
And for the first time on our stream, Diana. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. Hope we don't destroy every role-playing experience you have from here on out because of this. Tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, I'm Carmen Smooch, and my cure mark is lips. And I'm a unicorn.
All right.
Very nice, very nice.
And Sonia, what are you running? Who are you running today?
Knickers Mirage. Cutie mark. Junk in a trunk. She's a Pegasus.
Where do
And
you
last
think
but
this
not
one
least
goes?
is our friendly Paul.
Yep.
I am Shadios. Earth Pony. Lampshade.
Very dark and gritty.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Okay. So,
I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
here in a second, we're going to show you a map of the surrounding world in which this little adventure is going to take place in. That'll hopefully be on your screen now. This land extends quite a long nautical way. And this currently
It's not
takes
an
place
ocean.
with them all in the town of Ponyville. That's right, the famous town from the show. So, you all, after a hectic day, have finally calmed down in the cottage that you're currently staying in. Unfortunately, peace does not last long.
Peace never lasts long.
Just as you all sit down to
Oh,
relax,
come now. Most of us still have parents to worry about.
Dark and brooding.
just as you're all about to sit down, there's a mighty crash from the front door as it swings open. A few animals that were resting nearby suddenly jump away from the sound. Peering over towards the sound, you see the wooden door has swung open, and standing in the open doorway is a short figure looking extremely panicked. It's Spike the Dragon. He looks tired and has dirt, scratches, and bruises all over. Looking wide-eyed around the room, he spots you and yells, "You gotta help! Twilight Sparkle and the others are in trouble! I'm the only one who escaped! They need your help right now!" And he falls face forward on the ground and begins to snore loudly. What are you going to do?
They're going to die.
I'm gonna telekinesis him over to a couch. He's in the way of the door.
Roll a d6.
That's 6.
You easily pick up the fledgling dragon and with your telekinesis ability, hover him over to a couch and gently lay him upon it. His snoring grows ever louder as he instinctively reaches up and grabs a blanket on the back of the couch and pulls it over himself.
That's my
Right
comrade.
to go on.
And
Is there a
never
glass
sitting
of
on
water
the couch
nearby?
again.
Go ahead and roll me a mind test.
Yeah. That's a 4. That did not roll.
You remember that just before you all sat down, you had just decided to make yourselves a bunch of cups of hot chocolate, and for some reason you made an extra one.
Yeah, that's not why I asked.
Yes, you can very easily find a cup of water, you asshole.
Wait.
Splash.
Oh my god.
He
I was gonna
actually
say,
does
Caramel could have
not.
done it.
He actually does not stir from the water in his face.
See,
He
let
he kind
Caramel-
of.
let Caramel do her business.
Yeah, I need to kiss him to wake up.
You give him a kiss.
Well, I don't know what she
Go
was
ahead
asking
and
you about
roll
this, but okay.
your kiss. Go ahead and take a d6 and roll it. Tell me what number
That
you
would have
get.
been me. But we're talking about Caramel here.
3.
3?
Yeah.
You kiss him, and a huge smile breaks out over his face as he snuggles deeper into the blanket. Go ahead and award yourself a token of friendship.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the opposite effect.
My pony's offended because that's my casting couch that they're making out on.
Oh, for the love of God.
No, right?
That
Who
is-
asked for this?
Disgusting.
I didn't. I really didn't. I'm not the one who did
It wouldn't be
this.
the first drugged out person to be taken on that couch. Come on.
Oh, God. Wow.
Is he already
Wow.
white? No.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You asked for cruel honesty. You're getting cruel honesty.
Harvey Weinstein.
Also,
No,
I get to talk
I
now.
am not Harvey Weinstein.
Okay. Dude.
Okay. It is readily apparent that that Spike is completely exhausted from whatever ordeal happened, and as it is very close to nightfall at this point, there may be nothing else to do than simply settle in for the night and get yourselves a good night to sleep before he wakes up and tells you whatever terrible tale he has. Is there
help right now?
anything
Voice in the
else? I'm sorry?
Don't they need help right now, voice in the sky?
They did, but he is completely passed out. So, is there anything anybody else wants to do before they themselves go down for a pony nap?
I am going to go into the night.
Okay.
Don't forget your cocoa.
I'm going to get laid.
Okay.
I'm gonna go twerk myself to bed.
It tends to be a bad
All right.
when
So
one
twerking
voice is laid
twerking yourself up to your bedroom.
My bedroom, not
And what about you,
Same.
Caramel?
I guess I'll drink everybody's hot chocolate.
Everybody who takes on without the hot chocolate, you drink theirs.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. And Darkan?
Well, I'm drinking mine.
Okay. So you're gonna just kind of settle back and
Are you singing
get
all
ready
by
for
yourself?
a long night. Okay. Luckily, Sasha is able to find a store that's Hawaiian themed and sells lays, so he's able to get laid several times. Shady, when you head out into the night, you find all of the shadows that you want to frolic around in.
I have this image of your pony.
Getting
Literally
tired
frolicking.
deeper into the night as you watch the streets of Ponyville for the crime that you know that is happening on every corner, but can never seem to find. It just happens that you're Batman that never winds up in the right place, you know?
Give me a shadow.
It's Equestria.
The following
Nothing
morning...
bad ever happens here.
That is so not true. The following morning, as the sun rises, Spike begins to stir and mumble in his sleep. He frowns as if he's having a bad dream. Suddenly he sits bolt upright. His eyes open wide. Twilight! Oh, that's right! Spike looks around in confusion for a moment, seemingly having forgotten where he is. Once again, he spots you as you all begin to filter into the room. Thanks for helping me! He throws the blanket off of himself, grabs the cup of hot chocolate that's next to him.
I'm not sure I really helped you that much. You don't know where that couch has been.
Thanks for helping me, but Twilight and the others need help even more. They've been pony napped. We had made it into the Badlands and we were making camp for the night when someone attacked us. Spike looks at you all expectantly. What are you all gonna do?
Take us to the Badlands.
I guess I'm eating my fucking lays.
You got some lasers tonight.
I know the Friendship Express goes by Dodge City. That's just north of the Badlands.
Then let's go.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody wants to know?
What were they doing?
Well,
Who took them?
Twilight Sparkle discovered that the curse that's been happening where people are randomly turning into these tiny statues anywhere between a few minutes and a few hours at a time and then just kind of reappearing. We were trying to figure out what was going on with that. And she said that it was happening in the Badlands, so we went in to find it. And that's, well, when something happened, I mean, she teleported me away at the last minute, but not before I saw Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie all turn into those little statues in this flash of light.
What kind of names are these? Who smoked all that crack?
Is this in player or in character?
Player.
In player.
You are in for a wild ride, my friend.
Oh my god, dude.
I had to learn so much about My Little Pony because my daughters loved it so much. I know more about this than I know about my career. And I hate to say that. So,
Carla's an excuse, Scott.
so is there... But you all have to get to the Badlands and you gotta help Twilight. I'd go with you, but I don't really have a spot in this adventure plotted in the book, so I'm just gonna stay here and wait for you guys to come back.
That is fair. You
I read the
probably just
script
get in
and
the
I'm
way.
not in it. This is my only cameo. They're only paying me $300 for today.
Go.
Did you
Be
find
with your
out
parents.
what was
You
doing
need to ask
this
for
to
a better
them?
rate.
No, we had only been in the Badlands for like a couple of days.
Okay.
We were tracking something, but I didn't really pay attention. I kept seeing gems everywhere, and that was distracting me because gems are delicious. And his snake tongue comes out and licks his lips as he.
You ate them all.
Don't tempt this one.
Everyone I saw, except for the really pretty ones that Rarity wanted, I gave her the pretty ones.
Some more gems.
Okay, so like where in the Badlands are we going? It's a big place, huh?
It is pretty big, but you should be able to find our campsite like a day past the Dodge Cliffs. What do they call it? The Dodge Canyon. Once you get past the Dodge Canyon, we made camp like half a day away from that.
Are there rams there?
I don't know.
Ah, man, you.
No.
No. It was just like.
Spike suddenly turns to you and just. No.
Shit.
Well,
Man,
what are you guys still doing here? Go, hurry!
Let me go pack my stuff.
I will go when I want to go.
Oh my god, just let's go.
We're going now.
Already.
Now,
gotta
I
go
know
to
you all
class.
have a bad reputation, and you all didn't do so well on the last little mission that Twilight sent you on, but I know you guys are going to do really well this time, right?
She should have sent me to a cave full of shiny.
I'll try.
Okay, well, bye! And he begins, literally pushing you by your hindquarters out of the door, trying to force you guys out
I
there to
have
get
to
this
go-
adventure going.
Hey, you have to pay to touch that! You have to pay to touch that!
I have a little difficulty getting through the door, okay?
Yes, you do, with your giant rump. Yes.
Yeah, that
Knickers
one is about 3
I'm
handfuls.
sorry, Knickers Mirage has a giant rump. Yes. Yeah, that twerks whenever you fly, whether you want to or not.
Which is why I chose
That's
Pegasus.
That's how.
So-
it works when she flies? No, that is how
Spike
she flies.
has mentioned that you all could find passage to Dodge City to get to the Badlands
On the train.
on the Friendship Express. Now, those of you who wish can make a mind test to see if you know anything about this area known
Yes.
as the
Hold
Badlands.
on a minute. I've been rolling the wrong die.
I believe you have a D8 on mind.
That's
I
an
have
8.
6.
I know
Ooh, really?
everything about Dodge. Like,
5.
why we need to get the hell out of it once we're there.
3.
5.
Darkhand. This is not a very well-known place, and few ponies have actually traveled there. But you do know, not only do you know about the Badlands, you know that it's a harsh region, it's very hot during the day, and there are frequent dust storms, and there are many dangerous creatures that live there, including diamond dogs, dragons, and a huge stony bird called a rock. It's recommended that any pony traveling to the Badlands brings adventuring gear, sturdy horseshoes for wilderness trekking, and hoods or cows to keep the heat and dust off. These items can be easily found at a shop in Ponyville for a small amount of bits.
Hey, everybody. You couldn't hear earlier, but at least he didn't fuck up this time. Anyways.
I'm just going to take the advice.
She's got sunglasses. She's got a sash.
I'm just going to take the advice of Pony Jesus in the sky and go get the gear that I need.
Okay. Well, this is actually Darkhand telling you this.
I'm gonna go get a poncho.
Oh.
No!
Wow.
No more
cats!
Okay. So each of you, if you wish to purchase the gear that you need for the Badlands, go ahead and mark off 75 bits each.
And for what?
This will give you guys
what do you
your horseshoes for wilderness tracking, your hoods and cows to keep the heat and dust off, and extra canteens of water that you all can take with you.
And how much for a cape?
75.
Oh, come on. We know you have a
An
cape.
extra 10 bits for a cape.
Though you may wish to swap to something a little lighter.
A light cape.
He is the knight.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be
No.
he's gonna
I
be
am
the
the
heat if
shade.
he wears black in the desert.
I am the
Sounds like
shade.
So-
Spleen.
This is hard for me, alright? This game is hard for me, but hoods Canteens, horseshoes, and what else?
Well, hoods or cow
Just write
is
down
your
hot
choice.
weather gear
Yeah.
and water.
Yeah, basically hot weather gear and water.
Okay.
And the Badlands get so hot that the ground is so hot on your hooves, you want those horseshoes. And this is not typical horseshoes. These horseshoes cover your whole feet, just like in the show. You're welcome, Nick.
It's his birthday.
I love you like a brother, and I'm here because it's your birthday.
Well,
Well, I mean, a brother
Just
from
saying.
Arkansas. You know, keeping the family kind of love. So,
Oh my god.
as you all, we're going to go ahead
what
and
happens behind closed doors, ladies and gentlemen?
we are going to go ahead and we're going to jump forward as you all get mount up on the pony on the Friendship Express and begin making your way south. As it does so, you will notice that the greenery and lush life of the area around Ponyville slowly is replaced by dry, rocky terrain with only a small number of hardy-looking plants dotting the landscape.
Dry like my humor.
You guys will hear a next stop, Dodge City. About 10 minutes later, the train begins to slow until it comes to a complete stop. The engine shudders for a minute as it finally does, and you hear the hissing of the steam engine as it lets off its steam. Now at rest, apparently going to be parked within Dodge City for the next couple of days. Stepping off the train carriage, you feel a wave of heat wash over each of you. It's very hot and very dry here. Welcome to Dodge City. Walking along the small wooden platform, you notice a stack of crates being unloaded from the rear of the train. A group of 3 earth ponies are busying themselves around the cargo. Moving ever slightly closer, you can see that some of the crates have words on the side stamped in them that read excavation supplies and dig site staff only. You also notice 1 or 2 crates with the words Badlands clearly written on the side. What would you all like to do?
Should have brought Spike. He could fit a saddlebag.
It
He's
wasn't in
not.
the script.
He read the script ahead of time and he found out he didn't.
I can
know.
write him into the script.
So you
That's what the saddlebag is for. So he can be out of the way, out of sight, out of mind.
I'll tell you what. If you want to have brought Spike with you, whenever you want him to interact and actually make a point of something, you can spend a friendship token.
Okay.
I will give you that.
Is that like a
You
summon
have
token now?
kidnapped
Yes.
Spike.
It
And
is.
he has, for the last 2 days on the train, been suffocating slowly in your saddlebags, waiting to come out.
I open it up and let him breathe.
Let it breathe.
Once every couple of hours, here's a fresh breath. Get back in there.
I'm sure Spike would enjoy being around Caramel.
So, what would you all like to do?
I would like to stay on the platform and
I
observe
don't know. He likes
the
gems.
boxes from a shadow.
Go ahead and... So you're going to try to watch it from afar without being seen.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me your stealth town, please.
6.
Okay. So, you will see after... Well, I'll get to your success in just a minute. I need to know what every other pony is doing. What's every pony else doing?
Let's
He's
go
really
find out
playing that
what's
one
in
up.
the boxes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find out what's in the boxes.
So you're going to go find out
What's
who
in
the
the
boxes
box?
belong to?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the 2 of you going to do, Darkan and Sasha?
I'm going to the pony bar.
You're going to go to the pony bar. Okay. They sell... They sell
No,
Ponyville
those are
cider
nice.
here.
Oh.
Right there.
Alcohol doesn't exist in Equestria, just so you know.
It's not apple cider. That's apple juice.
it is apple cider.
And root beer.
No, it is apple cider or root beer.
Well, it's non-alcoholic for
I will start slamming back root beers.
Maybe if you drink enough, you can go. Go to give me a body test.
Maybe if drinking, you'll have a sugar high.
Right.
5.
5? Okay. The sugar affects you, but not as much as you're hoping. And the amount of caffeine that's in it, while it gets you kind of buzzed, you're so big and so strong from all of your stallioning all the time that you're just able to deal with all of it.
He's not a cult. He is.
And Darkan, are you going to do anything?
Show those earth ponies how it's
What?
done and use telekinesis to lift up a crate.
So you're gonna try to take the crates.
I actually shorted myself on the telekinesis.
So you're
as well.
gonna try to assist them on the crates
Let's
when
go
they
with
come to
that.
pick them up.
Let's go with that.
Okay. So
You were not
you two
Leanne.
will
You
see
can
that
use
there
words.
are a trio of ponies,
I
a
can
female pony that is
come
flanked by
in
two
and
colts
choose.
that approach the supplies, and the two colts begin to load up the boxes under the supervision of the filly. At that point, if you'd like to go to make me a charm check, please. And if you two would like to make a charm check as well. And if with you actually see this happening.
Okay, let me take this out.
Oh no!
Yeah.
5.
4, 2, 5. Okay.
Too preoccupied with my butt.
That's a lot to be preoccupied with.
You're preoccupied by your own ass.
Ooh, shiny.
You're like, ooh, look at the jiggle. Look at the jiggle.
Basically, yeah. She's there like,
And it's drawing quite a crowd.
So
So,
what do you do with all that junk?
With your charm, the
Yes.
two colts will nod at you, thankfully, as you assist them. Even for your telekinesis, these crates are pretty heavy, so they definitely appreciate the help. Like, you assist them with your telekinesis to start getting them loaded up. The filly will turn to you, Caramel, and be, well, how do you do? My name is Sunny Saddle. How can I help you?
Well, gentlemen.
it's a lady.
It's a lady.
It's a lady.
Yeah.
Miss
Gentle
lady.
horse.
Gentle pony.
Mayor.
We were wondering,
It's inclusive.
what are these boxes about?
Oh, well, this is supplies that's going to be going to the excavation site further south into the Badlands. We're going to be making our way there in the next few hours once we get up all the supplies ready.
Could we join you and help with your excavation?
Go ahead and roll me another charm.
Can I assist?
Oh, she rolled a 6.
She rolled a 6. Okay. Well, that would be mighty all right. We got plenty of room back there, so I wouldn't mind though. How many are going to be coming with us?
How many? Are you guys coming?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so 5.
5. So a couple of you may need to walk, but if you're willing to, when my colts, when my two friends here, by the names of, yes, I made a whole list of names. Tiny Thunder and Onyx Bolt, when they start to get tired, if you all don't mind taking a turn at pulling the wagon, well, we'd have absolutely no problem with you all tagging along.
Nice.
Does that sound fair?
Yes, we have a stallion who can pull.
Well, we have ourselves here.
I can push.
We have ourselves an agreement.
Oh, he does many things.
Be back here by
No, they are
by
setting
lunchtime.
focus.
That's when we're going to go ahead and be heading on our way down to the Dodge Canyon to the south. Okay. So until then, Miss, and she tips her hat to you, and they continue finishing up filling up the wagon itself. You all have now procured yourselves a way to travel to the south.
Do I have a crowd then?
You do have a crowd of a few different ponies. I'd like you to go and roll me your dancing check, please.
Oh shit! All right.
Twerk it!
Right? Let's hope it's a good one.
What's going to be activated?
That is a 7.
As you're doing this and you're kind of getting into it, as you hear a harmonica playing nearby, you begin to feel bits as they bounce off of your rump and land onto the ground next to you. Go ahead and add 10 bits to your... while she's doing that, you all have yourselves about a little over an hour in order to pick up whatever other provisions you would like to get for your travel south. Is there anything else any of you all would like to do?
What's being
I'm
activated?
continuing to follow them.
Who are you asking?
The colt.
The people I was helping.
Oh, so asking one of the
Preferably
colts.
the
Go
the
ahead.
foreman.
So you're going to talk to Sunny South?
Aye.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a charm check, please.
I already rolled.
Now remember.
Terrible.
No. Hold on. Now remember, with your tokens of friendship, and because they are tokens of friendship, and it takes more than one person to have friendship, you can spend a token in order to ignore a dice that you just rolled and either re-roll it, or spend 2 tokens of friendship to ignore that die and re-roll it. Instead of rolling the die, you roll a d20, or you could spend 3 friendship tokens in order to automatically succeed on the test.
As I just, can I search my head? Can I search my head on top of talking to her and try and figure out what's going on? Well, I rolled a 2 on the charm.
So do you want to keep that roll for the charm?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to spend a die for him to re-roll it? Okay. So he is spending one of his friendship tokens for you to go and re-roll your die.
That's a boxcar.
Alrighty. Well, boxcar is definitely better than a 6. So Sunny Saddle will
It
turn
is a
to
6.
you.
It's better than a 2.
Just as she sees the glow of your horn dissipate as your telekinesis wears off on the last box that you helped load up, she sees what you just did and goes, well, thank you. Keep my colts here, my friends here. Once again, by the names of Tiny Thunder and Onyx Bolt. Keep them nice and fresh for the journey. I appreciate that. What questions did you have for me now?
What's being excavated?
Oh, well, there is a gentleman by the name of Dr. Caballeron that is hunting for various artifacts out there in the Badlands. Our foreman, Professor Gully Trotter, he has been leading the excavation, and we've been looking for an old legend by the name of... sorry, I have the name here, I swear to you. Umberfold. But we're looking for the city of Umberfold out there in the dirt and the dust.
Did 5 ponies come through here a few days ago?
They're called the Main Six. I need you to know that. They're called the Main Six.
M-A-N-E.
Yes.
Cheeky bastards.
Oh, well, yeah, but I believe so. Though we just got into town ourselves. We've been down at the excavation site for the last few days. We've been having a spot of trouble down there. She kind of looks around.
People turning into statues?
She kind of opens her eyes wide and like, well, yes. I mean, most of the people, they just turn back into, their regular size, after a few hours, sometimes maybe even a day. But so far, no one's just changed permanently. But yeah, we've had a problem with some people randomly turning into these tiny little statuettes. It's like the curse of the statuette. TM.
Well, yeah.
Kind of like Vanna White over here going.
Well, yeah, I have to. You guys don't have anything.
If it wasn't obvious,
how much more blood do I have to be?
Yeah.
Throw me some friendship.
We are playing the curse of the statuettes.
Kyle showed off again.
So I missed what you said. Excuse me. I was too busy trying to shill.
No, that's good.
Okay.
I didn't say anything particularly in character.
Okay, let me see real quick if there's
I'm going
anything.
to tap on the fourth wall here.
Anything else that I can give you real quick? Let's see. Well, we've been gone here for about 5 days since leaving the excavation site. I haven't heard of anything too recent, but I'm not too sure if the Main Six came down. I mean, they're pretty famous even in these parts.
Why?
Why are they famous?
No, why excavate when people are randomly turning into statues?
Well, I mean, it's been happening. I mean, no one's really getting hurt. And to be fair, I mean, science has got to happen even if people are,
Have the durations been increasing?
No, it seems like it's kind of random, to be perfectly honest, as far as I know. I mean, as far as I know, it's just
permanent.
it's kind of an inconvenience, but so far that's just about it.
I hope none of them are randomly permanent.
That would definitely be bad.
In any case,
while he's having that conversation, is there anything else that anybody wants to purchase before your trip down, or anything else?
I'm just gonna keep an eye on them.
Okay.
So you're watching me twerk.
Yes.
You're watching Colt come out, woo, and throwing bits at her rear end.
well, you see, he's a voyeur
I can save them right
by
now.
trade.
Okay, so she's
Literally a
using her
voyeur by trade.
To pick up the coins?
Yes.
Okay, so you are twerking your giant rump by the train tracks, and a bunch of strange, dirty colts are throwing money at you while your friend is using her telekinesis to pick them up and pocket them.
Yes.
This is
Share.
exactly.
Let's be appropriate here. Those bits are made of silver.
That's exactly what I thought was going to be happening in our game of My Little Pony. So
Oh, it
we're
could
on
be
brand.
worse. I could be giving lap dances.
So
I
we
rolled to seduce one
are
of the
on brand
cults.
so far.
He's gonna seduce a cult.
Oh God. Okay, so.
Yes, ladies and
actually,
gentlemen, this is fucking happening.
as
Emphasis
you-
on the latter word.
as you are walking around Dodge City looking for a mark, because you have a
And for
very
ass.
specific kind of
Trolling for booty.
filly or colt.
He said
Easy.
colt.
He said colt.
He
Okay,
said colt.
okay, so
I'm Sasha
the,
Grey, man.
the colt that
I've
you're
starred in
looking
all
for.
types of movies.
Okay, the colt that you're looking for, the
All of
colt
which
that
had
you're
nude
looking for,
scenes and sex
as
scenes.
you are moving around the city, I would like you to roll me a mind check, please.
Well, that's my bad one.
The D4.
4!
Suck it.
Okay, so
Halfway around the,
as
you know.
you hear a bit of sobbing and a conversation going on of a slightly older colt who is laying on his side, has a bandage on his front left foreleg, and is talking to an older woman and apparently a younger colt. The younger colt has his arm up and a open shotgun is draped over his arm.
Wow.
And he is currently attempting to try to convince them that it's just a sprain. Like, God damn it, it's just a sprain. Okay, I'm going to be all right. Just give me a couple of days. And he's just, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry, Paul. And all of you will hear the shot ring out over Dodge City as a horse is put down.
Really?
Wow, that's exactly what I was thinking when you were describing that scene. And then there you go into the shotgun.
You will see the aftermath of the woman then still crying turn and accept payment from a colt, a dark brown colt that has a jacket draped over its body that reads Glue Factory.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Like the
Dark
darkest of the
shit.
dark.
I tried to comfort.
I have to do this. I have to do this my way.
Could Caramel have healed him with her smooches?
If she had been there,
She
yes.
was there?
No,
She's collecting bits.
no.
Oh.
You guys are out there
Oh,
collecting
okay.
bits. He's walking around looking for 12 inches of fun, and
Or
this is
give
what he came.
my girth.
And
$5
this is what he
footlongs
came-
from Subway. There you go.
Yes. This is what he came across. Luckily, you're able to find another general store
No,
that
we're
will
not
sell
sure.
you a couple more lays to satiate your desire.
I
So
don't see why he
She
likes
gets
to-
a twerk, but I can't fuck the old lady.
Let him fuck a man!
this, no, God damn it! I'm trying to hold on to some semblance of control
No!
here.
He wants
I
to
want to charm the old lady and comfort her desires, because she no longer has a man.
Okay.
Really likes his potato
Roll a
chips.
charm check. As her son,
Eight.
as her son is trying to comfort her, as it's okay, Ball, it's gonna be okay. Do you want to stick with that 8, or do you want to attempt to spend tokens of friendship?
I'll spend-
Anyone?
I'll
I'll
spend
spend-
my friendship.
Oh my god!
Freak.
D20.
Okay.
I'm not that friendly.
So go ahead and toss them back in your friendship
I will not
boxes.
contribute my friendship to this degeneracy.
Go ahead and toss the friendship box.
Okay, if you're not fucking the son, send him my way to come watch the
It is the son who you are able to convince, as the mother is just too far gone, but the son is apparently a giant hoe bag without anybody really realizing it.
Oh my god.
So you are just able to limp away from the encounter that you have to make it in time to make it back to the rail yard, so that way you can join the rest of the group once they begin collecting up to head to the Badlands.
I rolled a nat 20 where I rolled a D20
For what?
David.
to fuck him.
You do, and he fucks you too, and you have a great time.
Fuck alive,
You-
fuck a live.
Yes, you are not going to be able to pull the wagon here for a few hours. You're a little bow-legged for a little bit, but that's going to be okay, right?
You got
Good.
a little something right. No,
Oh,
never mind.
good God.
He's moving side to side. Ariana Grande song.
No, I've got a
With Nicki
sachet and a
Minaj in
walk.
As you all collect
Like a
the
Louisiana
wagon,
right
Butthole.
those of you who don't have a maxed out rectum, currently walking around the wagon as you all make your way south to Dodge City.
Snickers Mirage will be in the wagon.
After a full day of travel, you all will awake the following morning and begin eventually arriving at the foot of a mountain range.
I wanted to flirt with the cool.
Oh, we all know you don't put out. Come on now.
Yes.
You gotta expose the hole to get railed.
The problem is these guys haven't been paid because they haven't gotten back to the excavation site yet. They will throw bits at your rump when they have money.
Fine.
I'm going to stealth the entire way.
She's a cheap
Okay.
whore.
Go to roll me a stealth check just for shits and giggles.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I've confused you with this one.
The entire trip, as you all are traveling to the south, you see Shady following at a safe distance.
Well, it's not hard to spot him. He's got a little cloud.
Well, not only that, he finds himself having to hide behind small rocks and bushes half his size. It is entirely comical as he continues to hide from you all. A few times he will disappear from sight, but he always reappears, with you all able to see him as he holds a twig above to his face, hiding behind it.
Stop being emo!
I am the shade.
So,
Eventually, the shade, and it's not much shade.
Eventually, the wagon arrives at the very foot of the mountain range, and you see a tall canyon with vertical rock walls rising up on either side of the bumpy road you've been traveling along. The wagon approaches the entrance and continues along the road, now made narrow by the steep cliffs. You can see smashed rocks littering the sides of the canyon. Whoosh! Suddenly you hear a cracking sound and a spark of magic energy explodes like a firework in front of everyone.
Wait, what?
One of the wagon ponies seems to disappear before your eyes, but then you notice a tiny pony-shaped statue bounce off the ground and land next to you.
Oh, you must be kidding me.
Caught off guard and unbalanced, the remaining wagon pony careens off the side of the canyon and crashes into the rock wall. Now, every pony in the wagon, you, sir, are still sore. And the two ladies are currently riding in the wagon as you two are walking alongside.
Well, I'm busy trying to make sure a statuette doesn't get crushed.
Okay, go ahead and how would you like to try to grab the statuette?
Do you really have to ask?
I do.
Telekinesis.
Okay, so I would like a telekinesis check from you, and I would like a body test from the three of you.
I'm going to try and snatch it before he does.
7, David.
If you've been following far back, he's
4.
Telekinesis, bitch.
I almost
7,
saved it.
I
4.
did with my D3.
He is
So the
night.
two of you
It's not
both
nighttime, it's
will
morning.
suffer 2 points of stamina damage as you are bouncing around in the back of this wagon. The boxes in there are dancing around and bumping into you. You guys get bumped and bruised from it. It hurts, but after the dust settles and everything goes quiet for a moment, you all can hear a deep rumbling coming from all around you as boulders are beginning to fall through the canyon. As Sunny Saddle looks over at you and, take care of him! Take care of Onyx Bolt! Run, damn it, run! The lone colt then begins to try to pull the wagon, but now the wagon is just so heavy for him, he's moving so slowly. What are y'all going to do?
Can I help with telekinesis?
I shove the
from my back?
statuette in the saddlebags and
I throw my
telekinesis the
sore
wagon.
ass out into the position of the front.
You can
And
fly.
then I start to pull the wagon with the struggling colt.
Wait, how many?
Okay,
flying
so
people do we have?
who's trying? So both of you are trying to help the colt.
One.
Yes.
What are the two of you doing?
Can I move it with the
So
telekinesis?
you're gonna take the wing, and you're gonna do what with telekinesis?
Like move the
The wagon.
yeah.
The wagon itself is too heavy for telekinesis.
Uh-huh.
You can make it kind of float, but trying to get it to move quickly, it'd be much faster if it was being pulled.
I don't know. If you lift it
And
off
what
the
is
ground, it's
coming
like little resistance.
So you two want to attempt to do that?
Aye.
Well, you're currently using your telekinesis to hold the statuette.
Yeah, I was
No,
shoving
he
in a
said he puts it
saddlebag and then cart time.
You hear Spike squeal in pain as you just shove the statuette next to him.
Oh, come on, you have a friend. Once it
Okay.
comes out of that, you be sure to
So,
tell me.
I would like a body check from both of you.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
6.
7.
So you, sir, are able to get in position, lash yourself up next to the colt, and begin. Are you going to help him pull, or are you simply presenting yourself to get
More ass.
ringed by the boulders that are now
I'm already
falling.
mounted by the cart. That's good enough for now.
Okay, so as you are mounted by the cart, I would like a telekinesis roll
My
from both of you.
Never considered it along those lines. Yeah, that's a 2.
2?
6.
6? Okay, then I would like a body test from you, and you. Oh yeah, a fly test from you, excuse me.
7.
7.
5.
5. With the telekinesis assisting, you guys lift the cart to where it's just barely off the ground, lightening the load for the Colt and Sasha to be able to pull it much faster, and you two are able to skid to a halt as a giant boulder crashes into the canyon in front of you. After a minute of scrambling around, you're able to go around to the side as more and more rocks are just falling farther, faster and faster and faster. And I did not come up with better music for this, so we're just going to go ahead and use this one.
Can I heal the statue?
Well, currently it's in
a
this
saddlebag.
saddlebag.
Oh.
Currently in a saddlebag.
But as you all are moving through, what is your flying test?
3.
That is a 3. As you are flying away, you are pelted by small rocks and shale that is just coming off of the sides of these cliffs. That is 2 more points of stamina damage to you. So
Fly higher!
you all,
I can't!
so you all
It's
have.
too big.
So you all have made your lashed up one of your friends to the
what
wagon
did you
and are beginning
reduce?
to rush yourself throughout it. So this situation is already very, very, very bad. And to make matters worse, the rear axle was damaged in the first crash and the wheel is beginning to come loose. So I would like to know what each of you are doing as you are trying to fly through and avoid most of the rocks, and the rest of you are rushing through this canyon alongside this wagon. You in the back of the wagon. What are y'all doing?
Who's in the back?
Pick up the back end.
So you're gonna go in and try to help pick up the back end? Or are you gonna... Okay, so then get ready to roll a body test for me in just a second. What are you doing,
Can I fly
Nickers?
higher?
So you're gonna attempt to fly past it again, okay? So get ready for a fly check. What are you gonna attempt to do?
I don't know, move faster.
So you're just gonna try to maintain your telekinesis.
Mhm.
So get ready to make a telekinesis roll for me. Sasha, are you gonna keep running with this guy, correct?
Yes.
So get ready to make a body test. And Darkan, what are you gonna do?
Continue trying to take weight off of what is apparently a broken axle.
Okay, so go ahead and get ready to roll a telekinesis check. So I'd like each of you to make your roll simultaneously. Woo! And then let me know what your numbers are.
2.
So 2 on your body, 5 on your body,
7.
7,
6.
6,
1.
a 1. So a 1 is a catastrophe. So with your 7, Darkan is pegged in the head with a rock.
Okay.
And you are just kind of like, you see cartoon birds kind of flying around your face for a second. Go ahead and take 2 points of stamina damage.
Why?
The weight suddenly begins to come, the carpet gets much, much heavier. Luckily, with his paltry help, he's just managing to keep it up off the ground. But the strain of you trying to hold this cart up with your head without his assistance causes 2 points of stamina damage. You finally now able to get the dust out of your eyes. You're watching the falling rocks as they come, and you can begin rainbow dashing your way through this thing, just trying to avoid all the rocks as they fall.
That
As
is
you and that
copywritten.
Colt are just muscles bulging, the sweat beginning to form on your fur as you just
Jeez.
rushing through this place. You're already getting a little hot and bothered just watching the Colt next to you. So, as you all are beginning to make your way further and further, even with the weight, even with your telekinesis, the back of the wagon is continuing to hit the ground as you come over uneven bumps and things, and that more and more damage is affecting that rear axle. It looks like it's about to break. So, once again, for this leg of the journey, what are you going to attempt? Shady? So you're trying to lift it still, okay? And Knickers, you're gonna continue to fly, okay? And Caramel, what are you going to do?
Snickers.
Well, he's late and I have to help him.
So you're gonna attempt to help him, okay?
Yeah.
And Sasha, you're gonna continue to run. And
Yeah.
what about you, Darkan? What are you gonna do?
I'm next to this goddamn stud. What do you think I'm gonna do?
He's showing
Not
off.
now!
He's working to show it off.
I can
right?
see him running next to him. I'm gonna fuck your brains out.
Fuck you.
So Darkan, with that image in your head now, what are you going to do?
I don't know what needs more support, the wagon or him.
This cot's getting a little heavy there.
You wanted me to get into
I don't
it.
even want magic near
Any
that.
psychiatric support. That's a whole different thing.
I don't want my magic anywhere near that, so I'm gonna continue to try and lift the
I
wagon.
don't
So,
want to
okay, are you trying to
listen
lift the
me.
wagon or are you trying to stabilize the axle?
Stabilize the axle.
Okay, so go ahead and make your rolls at the same time.
Oh,
Another
geez.
telekinesis roll.
That's a fail, remember?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 anyways. Yeah.
So,
Let's do
you want to
this.
make your
His
roll?
hand goes.
Body roll.
7.
7.
Yeah, just you free.
3.
5.
5.
Fine.
4.
Okay. So, at this point, the wagon wheel has fallen off completely of the wagon. It
Can I
is now
use
down
silly?
to 3 wheels, and with the 2 of your help, you're able to keep that side up, but it is becoming incredibly difficult to hold the weight. And you are both getting very, very tired. Using your telekinesis for a long period of time just
I
really,
know
really
exactly
tires
what
you
I'm
out.
doing.
You attempted to fly. What was your fly roll?
No. 5.
A 5? You have now gotten high enough up that the rocks are no longer in danger of falling on you. You can see what's happening, and more of these rocks are just falling and landing as each boulder is coming in quick succession and just some of them smash into the sides of the car.
It out
We'll
so
get to
to
that.
help them.
We'll get to that in just 1 second. And then Sasha, what was your roll?
It was a 4.
A 4. So you and the Colt are doing your best, but you guys are beginning to get peppered and with more and more rock and dirt and just bits of shale that are flying up and hitting you in the face. Going to take 2 points of stamina damage.
This
Just
is the
gonna
worst
make it
pounding I've
dirty,
ever had.
It's not the worst pounding you've ever had. No.
Man,
I don't know
Okay.
about that.
It seems as if you guys are coming to the end of this canyon, but the rocks have not stopped. They are still falling, and there is still danger ahead. So, what is it you all are going to be doing? Sasha, Shady, starting with you.
Same thing. Push on to the end.
Okay, so you're going to try to hold it up to the end. Okay. What about
I'm calling
you,
it out.
Lickers? Okay, so I'll need a body treatment. I'll need a mind check from you. What about you, Caramel?
Can I do like a Jean Grey thingy? Like,
Ooh, yeah.
So you're gonna try to
Shield.
start knocking. Okay, so you'll still give me a telekinesis. What side of the cart are you gonna try to get? So you're gonna try to defend the Colts
can
holding
I
it?
do like on top, like an umbrella?
That would help yourself. Like you could cover yourself, or you could cover them, or you could cover him or him. So who would you like to try to cover?
I reaches myself.
Okay, so you're gonna protect yourself. I need another body check from you and Darkane. Now that the wheel is gone,
Pulling out too.
what are you gonna attempt to do?
You can fuck the Colt
I'll
later.
I guess I'll
he's gonna watch
telekinetically
after that
protect
roll.
the other Colt so that it can fuck him later.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
can defend the both of them as they're both like lashed together
Alright,
basically. Okay, so I'll need a
That way they
so
can fuck each other
telekinesis,
later.
body,
But
telekinesis.
isn't he in my
mind.
side?
My body
too?
was
No,
an 8,
he's
David.
off of the wagon. And
Well,
a
my
body
roll was a
from-
2, so nothing.
So body telekinesis, and this is just you. So you got to
Just 'cause I
decide
got
if you
them
want to
big
keep
old
that
thighs
roll
from getting
or
fucked.
if you want to spend or convince another. They are tokens of friendship. You're all friends.
Who wants to be friends with me?
I'll use a token for you.
So
will
do you want to
too?
use your other one?
What do
wanna
you
use
mean
one?
my other one? I haven't used one.
3's an
What
auto
do you wanna
pass,
use?
right? 3's an auto pass.
Honestly, I'm
Three's
gonna
an auto
go-
pass.
There you go, fuck boy.
Ooh! Because I spent it on your pocket.
So well, that's 1, 2. Who else? Okay, and 3.
One
Okay.
constitutes,
I'm out
a,
of
one
friendship
constitutes a
tokens.
reroll, right?
A reroll of the same die. 2 constitutes a reroll with a D20.
Yeah.
And 3 is
Auto pass. Yes.
But did you
And then I
start
rolled
out
a
at
nat
one
20 with
or-
my-
Okay,
Because
so
we were 3 already.
Shady, what'd you roll? Auto pass, correct?
yes.
So your neck is screaming, it's on fire, and you're literally like you're like Forrest Gumping this thing as you just got it on your head
I am
and
the
you're
shade. I am
running.
the shade. I am the shade.
Exactly.
I am the knight.
What did you roll for your mind?
4.
A 4? So you're actually able to call out and assist the Colts that are pulling the wagon, lowering the difficulty of their check to make it easier for them to move around. And what about you?
At 2.
A 2? So you actually will take another single point of stamina damage as you're able to stop most of it, but there's just too many rocks coming down and falling down on you guys. Was
I
your-
got an 8 on my
An 8?
body.
And let me get the other Colt. I keep forgetting about him. With the lower difficulty of her calling out where the rocks are falling, you guys are literally able to. So, like, left! You move to the left, and right where you guys were going to go was a rock just falls, slams down, and then rolls further. So, you guys are able to just serpentine your way through this.
Follow the
Dark Hand?
clapping
I know how to
cheeks.
move my hips.
3?
Follow the cheeks.
So as you're attempting to assist them, you
have to
prevent
stand
them
and
from
clap.
taking pretty
Clap
most of
your
the
cheeks.
damage. They still get peppered with a little bit, but not enough to cause them any real great physical harm. Finally, you make it out of Dodge Canyon.
Well, wait, I don't know if we'd call it Dodge Canyon. I'd call it Pummel Canyon. Absolutely Pummel Canyon.
We'll see about that.
You enter the Badlands. You all have made it. Stretching out on either side of you, long mountain ridges border the Badlands almost completely. Ahead, you see wide plains of rock and dust dotted with craggy outcrops of reddish brown rock. The road that led through Dodge Canyon continues into the Badlands ahead. Though it's not much more than dirt and loosely packed stones, there don't seem to be any roads or pathways. Sunny Saddle holds up the statuette of the wagon pony in her hoof after apparently taking it out of your satchel. Oh dear, we'd better be getting a move on now. We need him to get these supplies back to the dig site. Tucking the statuette back into a pouch, she gestures down the road.
Spike's supposed to be watching that. He's right here.
And
So,
hello!
He's like,
Whenever we do take a break, I offer to massage the Colt's muscles.
Oh my god.
He slows down, but he is still pulling the wagon slowly, but he just wants to get away from those rock slides and just slowly kind of bring his heart rate down. As you all are moving until nightfall, I would like each of you to roll me a mind. Actually, no, that's not the way this game works. I need Darkhand to roll me a mind check.
Can we do a healing orgy?
Healing
well,
orgy.
that's one way to...
yes! Healing orgy!
She only orgies himself.
Can you count my fingers?
6.
That is what I rolled.
Getting back to that, before you all decide to make camp for tonight and get yourself some much needed
I
rest,
need an adult.
you happen to see a rock that looks like part of the rock face. This is a rock next to the kind of the path that you guys are on, though you guys aren't really technically following a path. You're just kind of going the way that Shady Saddle is pointing you all. But this rock, as you all pass it, looks fine. But as you look back, Darkan, you can see the backside of it seems to have slid off, and there are 8 glowing gems embedded into it.
Shiny.
So Dark is just singing
You
like,
just jump off of that and go ahead and roll me a body check.
Do I see the shiny?
Well, I need a D4 for this
Not
one.
yet.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. So after a few minutes, you guys will turn back and see Darkan is like a dog, just trying to get all of these rocks, all of these gems out of the rock.
When his pupils are as big as crab
I still
heads.
feel
And he's forgotten all about telekinesis at this point. His tongue is hanging out of the side of his mouth, and he's just...
is Spike there with him?
Go ahead and grab a token of friendship.
I still feel to the rocks.
Now,
Oh.
do you share in the bounty of the rocks?
Don't.
I'm sorry?
I said I still over to the rocks.
That would depend on if I
Okay.
see him.
You're not going to see them. They're shiny.
This is the night.
I get distracted by staring at his ass. That's my negative quirk, right? Staring at ass is short of fish thing, yeah.
So far, it hasn't been any detriment yet. And you're kind of laughing. You're trying to look at his ass. You're trying as hard as you can, but that may
Slow down, Emo!
that may come into be a very, very bad thing later on down the road. But go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, please.
1.
So
He is
you
not
managed,
denied.
you managed to snap out of it as you just kind of lovingly rub the last gem, and as soon as you drop it in your saddlebag, I need you to make a mind test.
Spike's gonna eat
That's a 6.
you are conscious enough that as you open the one saddlebag and you go to drop the gem in, and you see Spike's eyes go as wide as yours, and drool begin to pour out of his mouth. You then close that side of the saddlebag.
I've got a better description. His eyes are wide, his mouth is open.
In this uniform, in this universe,
hold on. You're able to put the 6 gems into the one side of the bag and close it before you are able to swipe one from it.
No. The gems are more... Dragons apparently in this eat gems.
Yes.
And he likes them
So
too.
they don't smoke rock, they eat it?
They eat it.
Yes. Yes. Apparently they eat rock. Yes.
I'm pretty sure you might smoke rock too.
Has...
That night,
Shiny.
you all are going to be able to enter into your healing orgy.
Before the healing orgy, I will perform a dance to entertain everybody, to lift spirits.
Oh, and I apologize, I was doing this wrong. Go ahead and roll your body and your dance dice and take the higher one.
Okay, cool. So body and the dance. That's an 8.
Okay. You all are thoroughly entertained, and though you're staring at the cult with hungry eyes, he is looking at her with equally hungry eyes.
Is it a body test to mount him?
I'm sorry?
Well, it's part of the orgy. It could lead up to the orgy.
Well,
My dancing's that good. It leads to the orgy.
Yeah,
go ahead and roll a charm check.
I am that.
but for the healing, everyone has to go through me.
Oh yeah.
You're just not able to heal yourself.
Go through you.
That's a 2.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
this is
Holy
exactly where this
crap.
is
So while this
I'm not very confident.
While this pony train is happening, as Sasha continues to try to mount Tiny Thunder, he keeps like, get off me! Get off me! As he is attempting to mount Knickers Mirage. Because Knickers Mirage allows this to happen.
There we
Knickers
go.
allows it to happen.
Had to look up the lyrics for that one.
Alright, he's
Yeah.
stationary. He's
So-
a target.
As we fade to black and I reevaluate my friendship with all of you, you all
You're
are
gonna be best
healed
friend.
back up to full stamina.
Wow.
Who's gonna
Friendship
kill me,
is magic.
Oh no.
All this
Wait, I got a question. Because my buns don't
No
want
fan
none
art
if
of
he
that,
doesn't
please.
have an anaconda.
David?
He's called
You've seen
Tiny
the picture,
Thunder
mine's
for
got
a
an
reason.
anaconda.
David? It already exists.
Who's gonna heal me? Because can I
It
heal
may not
myself?
exist for specifically
You
us,
hear her.
but it does exist.
Pony bomb before.
No,
I
no,
go
what
for
you do is you take her
how far
spit
down
and you spit
on
it back in her
stamina?
face.
I was at
Well, he's going to need
9
lubrication.
Of what?
of
10.
12.
So you would have to administer 3 pony bombs to get her to full health.
Or just take her spit and spit it
Or
back in her face since
no,
apparently heals
save
people.
it when I'm actually almost dying.
I will use 2.
Okay, so you're at 11 of 12.
Okay.
Couldn't he just like take her saliva and just like spit in her mouth and then heal like that?
Or like make
No,
that one.
you're not
I mean-
able to snowball and
I
heal
mean,
yourself from
well,
it. No.
There were fluids everywhere.
He did
Come
not.
back to me.
Yes!
Like, you know.
We've already faded the black people. We've already faded the black.
Unfortunately, now we're describing what's going on behind the curtain.
Now we're at last time on Pony Ball Z.
Last time.
Pony
That
balls.
magic couldn't
Or just
come
as we like to call it, pony
exclamation
balls.
mark, exclamation
Okay.
mark, exclamation mark. It's
The,
like
the next morning, as you all begin to travel, it's not long before you spot an abandoned campsite sheltered under a small rock outcrop by the side of the road.
Dark Hand is still wandering under.
There is a campsite that was used by the main 6 before whatever happened. This place matches the location that Spike mentioned. When you open your saddlebags, he looks out and just goes, "Yeah, this is it," and then disappears out of the story for a little bit again.
I sniff for clues.
Where's the other one?
Okay, then go ahead and roll me a mind test.
Wait. Did Onyx make it to the orgy?
He's
We've
still a
already
statue.
faded to black.
Oh, damn. I was
Onyx is still a statue currently.
Damn. So he's
6.
even now.
He could be using the orgy as a As a tool.
Oh my god, no.
Are you telling me Onyx the statuette was inserted into orifices?
I don't know. You tell me, David. You
No, I'm not. No. This did not happen. I have my limits. I have my limits.
Do you know?
So, as you all are going over and speaking to each other, reminiscing about last night's
Orgy.
just utter chaos
Debauchery.
that happened, the debauchery, the
We
debauchiness.
will not speak of that
As
again.
you talk about the debauchery, Shady. What was your mind test?
6.
A 6. Shady, you have discovered 2 different things as you look around the camp. Well, 3 things, excuse me. 1, there is a cooked stew that is still sitting there that could simply be reheated and eaten. You also find tattered scraps of brown fabric that appear to be littering around this place, along with various scorch marks all over the earth, like black scorch marks, almost like a mini fire erupted and disappeared, or a lightning strike happened. You also will find, half buried in the dirt, an antique-looking bangle with distinctive markings and patterns. This does not match any design that you have ever seen.
I will take it up.
It looks like it could fit around your foreleg.
I put it on.
Okay.
That was unwise.
And then I reheat the stew.
Okay,
This is
so
me saying this.
as you all are doing
Shiny.
what's called Sunny Saddle, well, thankful that you all prevented Onyx Bolt from getting trampled under the wagon and destroyed. Will allow you guys to take this time to search the camp, and when she begins to smell the stew that you are reheating, she kind of, I could definitely use some hot food, and she saddles up with Tiny Thunder, who has been walking funny ever since this morning. Will begin to eat, and they look refreshed when they do so.
My stew.
Did I see the bangle
There
get
is enough
discovered?
for 6 or 7 people.
How shiny is the bangle?
You still glare at them? Okay. Do you partake in the stew?
I get stew.
You get stew?
I get stew, yeah.
Yeah.
How shiny is the bangle?
Oh shit.
You were too busy in the debauchery talk.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
I stare at the bangle.
We don't want.
Then you will see the bangle. It's not super shiny, but it definitely looks old. You can make a mind test if you wish. Now, you do not recognize the markings.
Kyle, maybe don't do that.
Though it's not... your gems are much shinier.
Yes. Yes, they are. That's the only debauchery I indulged in.
Those
We
of
don't
you...
want to know what you did with them.
Yeah, those of you who... what are you talking about? You got hoofed. You know it.
Really? Really?
You got healed.
Okay, back to this. Those of you who ate the stew recover 8 stamina points.
Ooh.
So you all did not need to do the kinky orgy last night.
Oh well, too bad we did it.
No.
Yes, you did.
And now he's walking funny because of my ass.
Wait, what? No, he's walking fine because of that one.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
because he was stuck between your giant cheeks, and I decided to take advantage of a stationary target.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
It was a pony train. The
It
Pony
was
Express.
a train.
Dyson Dudes does not and has never condoned the rape of animals or anyone.
No, you would
We
not.
at
use
Dyson
Bible to
Dudes
do
are
this.
firmly against
Ugh.
anyone or anything raping anyone or anything else.
Yeah,
I need
Nick.
to make that known.
Nick.
Hey, he seems happy today.
Who's Nick?
Sorry, Sasha.
Okay. As you all finally rest and recuperate a bit, gather up your equipment and begin making your way off. Right now, we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we're going to get back to this absolute trash fire
It is.
in a few minutes. So
Absolute
please
trash fire.
stay with us. We'll be back. Once again, thank you guys very, very much, and I hope this is at least entertaining for you all to watch this
Yeah, right?
train wreck in motion. So we'll be right back. Stay with
motion
us.
train wreck.
welcome back. Sorry that break was a little longer than we intended to, but we had to wait for the pizza rolls, man. We needed the pizza rolls. If I'm gonna talk about horse rape, I need me some fucking pizza rolls.
Wow.
I would like to thank you guys as a community once again. Normally, this is when we come back from break is when we shout out new subscribers, but today we're going to do something a little different. I'd like to thank every single person who stuck their fingers into my life by voting for My Little Pony and making my life just a little more chaotic. It's a great way to start my 37th year on this earth. So, guys, thank you very, very much for that. Let's get back to the trash fire, guys.
Do you have any idea how badly age-gated we just got because you used that word?
It happens.
Which word?
The R word.
What R word did I use?
R-A-P-E.
No. We're a mature stream. We're already age-gated.
I'm just hanging off words.
I apologize.
There are limits.
These degenerates wanted to do something else before we got back into the game. So I will let you guys take it away.
Well, I'll let you take it away.
No, I was just trying to clear my mouth of chip. Go for it.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, there is misery in the air, people dying everywhere, happy birthday, cha-cha-cha. There you go, you got the Butler birthday.
I know the version.
I hate you
Do you
all.
now?
Kyle, you especially. Many happy returns to all of you out there too. So, I tried to have them forget it, they didn't, but now, let's go ahead and get back into the game.
She's awesome.
So, you all have made your way to the camp, now discovered that the main six have in fact disappeared from this camp, and there have been a few clues left behind. You all begun making your way back towards the excavation site when you keep thinking you see something moving around outside the campsite. It started not long after you arrived, but this time you're sure of it. There's some pony or something watching you. A short distance away you see a shape duck down beneath a large rock. It's always the same. As soon as you catch a glimpse of whatever it is, it disappears. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna pounce on it.
So you're gonna try to find this person, correct? Or are you just trying to stay out of sight?
Yes.
I'll distract
Okay, or this
the pony
this
with
thing.
my ass.
Okay, so you're gonna start twerking uncontrollably. Okay. How about you,
Can
Paramount?
I like?
Is it like a
bring with
faulty
my
washing machine that
telekinesis?
just rattles all over the place?
If you could see the person when you were close enough, you could attempt to.
So-
I gotta be honest,
Okay.
I just picture you ragdolling and flying off
attempt.
into nothing.
Sasha,
No.
what are you going to do during
That's
this
some
point?
bad video game physics.
I have a bad
I know,
quirk of staring
right?
at asses, and apparently she's vibrating like that space shuttle Columbia.
So
as
you're
it
doing
exits the
nothing,
atmosphere.
just staring at her
Uh-huh.
twerking. Okay, go ahead and take a friendship token.
Oh my god!
That ended really badly.
I know!
I'm just saying.
And Darkan, how about yourself?
You know, I was born the same year that happened. Just saying. Moving on.
Moving on.
And that's just as a dumpster fire as this all is.
Yes.
Dumpster's fire or fire?
Yes, that thing.
Let's go with both of those.
Both are good.
I'm going to try and pounce on it.
So you're going to go and try to search for it. So,
Okay,
the
good. I
two
thought
of
you were
you,
talking about my ass.
I would like a mind test.
That
Yep.
stealth test. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
For me?
Yes, from both Darkan and
Oh,
Shady.
my bad. Hold on.
Me?
Remember, you can attempt to use tokens of friendship to reroll if you wish.
I will let you reroll. I use a token.
Yes.
That is cocked.
That cock is all good.
No, he is cocked. You, not so much.
I have cocked.
No, she got caught.
He goes off
The
half
orgy.
cocked all the time.
So, 4,
5.
It was
Fine.
like history of the world.
Darkan, you can consistently see that this pony is definitely pony. This is definitely a pony-shaped figure that with a hood over its head, The figure disappears behind a rock as soon as you notice it. Each time, you head to the spot where you last saw it, and you will find scraps of that tattered brown fabric.
Stop running!
I will twerk the hardest I've ever twerked. I am confident. This twerking.
Next
will
time I
distract it.
see this pony, I'm telekinesising a rock
Okay,
act.
so at this point, you have gone and you have attempted to find the pony. You've done the same thing, although you have unfortunately not been able to catch a glimpse of this pony like Darkhand has. You are attempting to grab this figure, whatever it is, with telekinesis, but you are back with them in the cart. And at this point, the cart has stopped. Tiny Thunder and Sasha Greymane are both staring at Knickers as she is twerking, while Shady Saddle is going around like a cartoon character trying to get their attention away from her so you guys can continue to move on unsuccessfully.
Sunny Saddle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sunny Saddle. Excuse me. It's at this point that you will see about 30 yards to your left this figure jump down from a rock, and you see a strange arc of magic appear, and you, Sasha, suddenly feel energy explode next to you. As you look, there is a black mark on the ground, and there is a pony statue in the place where this person, or this pony, this colt, Tiny Thunder, once was.
My boyfriend!
At this point, at this point, give me a second. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get some of this stuff ready to make my life just a little bit easier.
This music is way too cheery.
It is too cheery.
It is too cheery.
That's what
Let me make it. Let me fix that. We need something a little more somber.
If it would not fit inside of a goddamn porno, you're playing the wrong music.
Wow. Wow, David.
That's your choice.
This is my choice for what's happening.
God, that is My Little Pony.
So,
I liked it. God damn it.
I need to go ahead and open up my source book to a page. Yes, I have the source book.
Our boyfriend got statued.
Yours.
I said our. I'm his girlfriend, you're his boyfriend. We are very
Wow, it was just that nightstand and you calling them boyfriends?
I don't know. He had a big dick.
He's been having a secret affair with me.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
This is a
They're all
replacement for
whores.
the middle of the train.
Darkness.
I'm starting to wonder who's the caboose.
So I cannot heal the rock out of him.
She can.
Okay.
She's gonna make out with that statue.
Yeah.
Make out
So
with that statue.
we'll get to that in just a second. So you see him turn into a statue, and you start as you rush over to him. Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, I would like each of you to make me a body check because I am a D&D DM, and by golly, I need an initiative roll.
6.
5.
And you went with body?
Yes.
Yeah,
Makes
this should
sense.
be mine.
No.
1.
6.
So
What?
6. Who else?
5.
1,
I am German, yes?
3. Okay.
German alters 3 beers.
Okay.
Weiss.
At this point,
Rise.
Rise.
Right.
Weiss. Oh, you should meet the German girl.
okay, at this point, as this cloaked pony begins running up on the wagon that Sasha is still attached to, as you are now distracted away from the posterior of
Oh, that's not
Knickers. This running pony is going to go ahead and level what appears to be a unicorn horn at you, glowing with violet magic. A beam shoots out from the tip and strikes you. I need you to make a body check, please.
4. Friendship token. 3.
Can you get to choose?
She rolled lower.
You, sir. What'd you roll? A 3?
Yep.
You take 3 points of stamina damage, and you are slightly dazed as this pony is now running up on you. What would you like to do first, as you are the first one able to react, Caramel?
Can I? You say he start running?
He's running at the wagon.
I'll stop him with the telekinesis.
Okay, so I need you to make a telekinesis roll.
Oh, D8. 4.
As you go to use your telekinesis on this thing, this pony, as it's running, you see your telekinesis emanate from your horn and shoot out and try to envelop him. It hits some kind of force field and dissipates across the force field. Sasha, you are kind of, well, you're able to take a minor action right now. What are you going to attempt to do?
For the
I
record,
prepare to joust.
Oh.
Huh?
if the rest of you are wondering what a minor action is, none of us know what it is either.
That's right.
I'm rearing up and
Shady.
like displaying my superior.
Now, you and Darkhand are about 30 yards away currently, searching for where where this pony was. What are you going to do?
Abandon the search and tackle.
So you're going to rush after the pony. Okay. Using all of your might, I need you to roll a body test to see how hard you can run after this thing.
8.
You almost catch up to this pony. Whatever it is, whoever this pony is, they're not nearly as fast as you are.
By the way, what is stout height?
We'll get to that in a minute. Darkhand, excuse me. What is Darkhand going to do as you see Shady begin just like a missile, just going after this
that's not
target?
what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the beam of energy shooting from the horn. Can I do that?
So you just start going to take a token of friendship as you stand there dazzled by this.
No, I'm seriously asking, can I do that?
No.
You cannot.
That's bullshit.
Knickers,
Or pony
are you
shit?
still twerking?
That is my shit.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my fat ass and sit on the other pony.
Okay, so you're going to
Confident
attempt to
my
go...
ass will incapacitate
Sit
it.
on it.
Okay,
Knickers.
so go ahead and roll a body check.
Why not body? Why can't it be flying and then like sit on it? Like,
Why the RG didn't
Well,
give
you
me a
can
friendship
easily
token?
use your wings to try to come down on it, but it's still your body is what's really going to hold this thing down.
that's a 1.
A 1? So
Wait,
as...
wait. I will use my last token.
Okay, to reroll.
I'll my last token to her.
So roll a d20.
Ooh! What do I need to get above?
Don't know.
I'll just roll.
That's a nat 20!
A natural 20.
Sonia?
So, as your giant fake posterior
They don't need to know!
comes hurtling down
even
like
more
a
fake.
meteor from the heavens, your posterior hits what appears to be a force field that surrounds this pony, and you feel it crack and shatter next to your prodigious rear end. It rockets through, and you smack right into the back of her. Go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
That's a 5.
You deal a mighty blow with your rear end as you hear the air rush out of this pony as it is inches away from the statuette that just appeared where Tiny Thunder just was. And it just... and its front legs and rear legs are both just flailing under your massive flowing girth of a rear end.
Consider, if you will, the maximum die you are likely rolling, and then ask yourself what you have to roll on a d20 to actually do things.
It could change.
I sincerely doubt that.
I was rolling a d4 before, so...
Yes.
So,
All the better.
this thing crushed beneath you, you're just kind of making sure you're getting it good and rubbed in.
Bounce it.
You see its horns suddenly begin to glow, and it disappears out from under you, appearing about 30 feet away as it slowly stands up to its feet and then begins to look around.
Get it!
In this point in time, what would you like to do?
Can I hold it now with telekinesis?
You can try.
Ooh, yes.
7.
Good roll, but not quite good enough. This creature, whatever this pony is, it is very skilled in the use of magic. And as your telekinesis connects with its own horn, it throws its head to the side, and the pink of your energy connecting to its purple, it just throws yours to the side and arcs it into the ground. Sasha.
I attempt to mount it.
So you're gonna roll me a body check to see if you can get to this pony.
Avenger boyfriend!
Because you are still connected to the cart.
8.
So connected to the cart, you're able to get most of the way to her, or this pony. I'm obviously letting the cat out of the bag, but I've had a lot to drink. Apple juice. I've had apple juice.
Sugar.
You're able to get most of the way there with the cart bouncing behind you. You're pulling this thing as hard as you can. It's just not quite. It's a lot of weight to pull by yourself.
On 2 back legs.
Sugar rush
Shady.
and nothing else.
So as you're running, you see Knickers come hurtling out of the sky and just land on this figure. The figure disappears and reappears to your right.
That's
What
like
are you gonna
Choco
do?
Meteor right there.
Closer to my right.
It's an ass
Well,
taste of bomb.
Probably further away, actually.
Do I see him moving over the statue?
Oh, it's hard not to see, but the statue's still there on the ground.
I go to rescue the statue.
Okay, go to roll a body check, please.
Excellent.
Don't get impaled.
Okay.
5.
You're able to
My true weapon
full
has
on
been
like
revealed.
rugby slide and grab the statue and hold on to it to make sure nothing happens to it.
I saved the day.
Darkhand, what are you gonna do?
You want the shade?
I am the shade.
Drop a rock.
Rocks fall and it dies.
So you're gonna try to grab a rock and throw it at him. You wanna roll a telekinesis check.
Boink. That is a 7.
That is a 7. It seems as if whatever field of energy that was there was broken apart by Knickers,
Yep.
and the distraction from Caramel has made her completely forget about where you are, and your rock goes sailing through the air and connects right with her hindquarters. Go to roll a d4, please.
Goddamn, Kyle.
That is a 4.
Okay. She definitely looks like she is beat up and not the better for it. Knickers. So now sitting on your butt on the ground, what are you going to do?
Set me
I'm gonna
free.
twerk maliciously towards it.
So you back up, you put your ass and just start backing up into her. Okay.
Now, and I will bounce my butt off her.
Go ahead and
Back
roll a
that
body
ass
check to
up.
see if you can bounce back fast enough.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
My sister named her hard
You don't
drive
quite
that
make
ass.
it to this thing as you're all kind of converging on it. This pony kind of looks over at each of you, and then you see its horn once again begin to glow, and it disappears out of sight again.
Damn it.
But this time you do not see where it reappears.
Can I kiss the statue now?
Kiss the statue.
Are you gonna go kiss the statue?
Yeah.
You lay a big old wet kiss on the statue. It's now covered in your lipstick.
No.
Well,
I
You
saved
should
the
have given it
statue.
tongue.
Right?
Give it some time. She's gonna try again with time.
Gonna try to deep kiss it?
Yeah.
With your giant horse tongue, you just begin the
Slathering. There you go.
sloppiest French kiss you have ever seen in your life.
might as well
But it
put
does
him
not
with
seem
his
to do anything.
friend. Might as well put him with his friend and let Spike look after them.
No. I saved the statue.
Telekinesis.
No.
I set myself free of the
My
wagon.
statue.
That's a 1. So, yeah, it is your statue.
I set myself free of the wagon so I can mount faster next time.
Okay. Who is gonna pull the wagon?
No one's gonna thank me for saving the statue.
No, you were saving the statue. Honey.
Saving
Pull away.
lives is a very
Go ahead and take a
thankless
token of
existence.
Can you pull the wagon
Took you
now?
all long enough.
Now that she said thank you, can you pull the wagon? The wagon.
Put the statue in my pack. Or my
Saddlebags? Okay.
Do it.
Since no one else here is good enough to do it.
So you go ahead.
Listen, I've already been doing it, all right? And then my
Are
boyfriend
you
does
going-
that. That's a
it
traumatic
is-
spot for me, all right?
It is very, very difficult to pull with a single pony for any real length of time. Is anyone else going to attempt
I'm
to?
going to push it from the back.
You are very good at the front of the back.
Well,
Yes, I am.
you have to haul dead ass around, so you'd be the best one for this.
Hours of travel puts you just before nightfall when you all begin to hear the sounds of shouting men, machinery thumping as gears turn, as you all make your way
Shouting coals.
to the dig site.
Yeah, shouting cool. Shouting ponies.
As you all approach, Sunny Saddle will turn to you and reach out to take the two statues from you.
Was it really any
Thank,
surprise?
thank you. I appreciate your all's help on this. Y'all are right fair folk. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, motherfuckers. Now, to show my appreciation, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to procure for you a tent so you all can sleep tonight. Just so you know, Dr. Caballero will need to be told about what you all did when he gets back from where it is he has been, as I don't currently see him at the dig site. So you all manage to get yourself some rest, and then we'll see you all in the morning. So, at this point, you guys are actually very, very tired from your trip, and the idea of a tent, a roof over your head, and a nice bed of hay for you all to sleep in is very, very enticing.
I sleep below. You all out.
I face plant my face into Knickers' ass and just sleep.
So, Knickers, do you move or do you allow him to bask in the glory of your rump?
Bask away.
Well, if we're being honest, the entire camp could sleep in there.
Comfortably.
I had to be careful
Plenty
when I
of
flop
room
down
to
so I
spoil
didn't
a
fall in,
king.
though.
I'm gonna give everyone a good night kiss. May I have a friendship token now?
I'm gonna let whoever wants to touch it. I'm confident.
Careful, you might catch something.
No.
That's not... We'll take your friendship token.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm right. I'm confident this ass will do stuff.
You're just so confident in that ass. That ass is
Dead
your ticket
ass.
to everywhere.
That it's going to give me a restful sleep.
I swear to God, if
Assertive bit.
Equestria, as soon as they invent Instagram, you're going to be the first Instagram thought on there.
By the way, everybody.
God damn it, bro.
God damn it.
There you
You
go.
son of a bitch.
For your listening pleasure.
For your ASMR pleasure, here is a bag I'm gonna violently rip open. I love your ear holes, people. So that night will pass without any kind of any incident happening besides every time he snores you get a little excited.
And every time he snores, that's just a tossed salad.
God damn it, Kyle.
It's like this.
Call it what it is.
David.
So the hours of tossed salad. So after there's a whole goddamn salad bar on this motherfucker, you all will wake up. The day is yours. The dig site wakes up early and is already hard at work. Yes, I realized that as I said it.
I will wake up early and sneak away.
Okay, so go and roll me a stealth check.
6.
Okay. You were able to get away from your fellows without them noticing your emo, wrist-cutting,
I don't
My
recall being
Chemical
able. I don't
Romance
recall
loving
being
self.
given a chance to spot him.
Oh no, I am going to get up early to do my workout in public.
Okay.
It's a lot
So-
of stretching.
It's as you perform pony yoga, as you perform poga in front of the dig site, you get quite a few whistles and looks cast in your direction. What are you going to do, Caramel?
You want to join me for poga?
For Poga.
Pony yoga.
Yeah, I'll join her for Poga.
We'll do erotic poses together.
Okay.
Together.
I'll join them.
I want a body and charm check at the same time from both of you. Tell me what die is higher.
I'm joining them, David.
So you need a D6?
So they get to
Yeah,
see
I need
everything
D6.
hang
So
out.
just do 2d6.
Okay, I think you said 3.
Whichever one's higher.
5.
7.
6.
So, what exactly are you doing?
Well, I was going to observe the camp, but I cannot miss. The two of them,
3.
3 of them. 3!
He's joining in. I woke him up when I moved my ass.
I cannot miss the 3 of them.
By the way, your
Oh,
face
yeah.
is super cold for hours afterwards.
Oh yeah, because my face is stuffed right into the fucking hottest buns. This
Yes.
side of the fucking
Yeah,
pony
you
web.
may as well have had it in the oven. And Darkan, are you going to be doing anything that's useful, or are you going to be watching them poga?
I will
I'm
be
gonna be
stealthily
busy.
watching
I'm
the
sorry,
program.
but they didn't say anything about oiling up, so
Oh no.
no shine.
Her
No
yoga
attention.
pants,
I'm
her
doing
yoga
something
pants
useful.
are gold.
So what
shimmer.
is Darkan going to do?
Gold shimmering yoga pants, all I'm saying.
Ponies don't wear pants. Sorry.
Oh no, this one
But
does.
they actually do. In
They
this
do.
world, they actually
They
do.
actually do. And
I'm
they
She's
are
actually-
gold and
my
shimmering.
glowing, my
To
glowing
be
warm
fair, Knickers
Yeah,
Mirage has been wearing very tight yoga pants the entire time.
Then
Thongs.
either the shine is old news.
Oh no, this.
Oh yes.
No, these are new. These are new.
So what are you
doubt
going
that.
to do, Darkan? But stop trying to derail the game. What are you going to
Always
do,
derail,
Darkan?
all right.
I'm trying to build tracks on this train that's already on its side.
And on
Oh,
fire.
the derailing. It's a slow motion train wreck that we're building tracks in front of.
Yeah, yes. I'm putting up
Keeping
like
a-
concrete barriers to
I
try to
honestly
direct
don't know where to
this
look, so
train
I'm
track.
keeping a lookout for more rocks.
So you're just gonna so you're gonna keep and what? You're just watching. You said correct?
If she has gold pants on, then I might dive into it.
He is the knight, so we're during the day. He's screwed.
Okay.
Yes.
So a good hour will pass before you hear a very, very muscular, large black colt
Oh my.
comes out and begins, hey, what's going on here? Hey, get back to work.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll show you how it works.
He gets right up into your face, like to where his forehead is against your forehead, his eyes staring daggers into yours. And, stop distracting my workers, damn it!
I'm sorry. If you want, honey, I can give you a private show later. Just
Get out of my face, woman!
You ever mounted
Billy?
another colt?
Get out of here and stop distracting my workers.
Oh.
Or we're gonna have a problem.
As I'm walking away, I'm slapping him.
At this point, you can see that every pony who works for this 4 pony, whose name is Hardhoof. Yes, he's a 4 pony. Every pony that works for him is now much more on edge than what they were to start the day, and we'll see what happens with that later on.
Sasha, as he's like doing that, hey, you ever mount another colt?
He does the same thing where he gets right up to you. Get back to work.
Sasha turns around.
He just. Ugh.
Have you not seen me on the pony web?
We don't get pony web out here.
Oh, I'm really famous and I'm really good at what I want to do, so seem a little bit stressed.
Well, what I want you to do is get away and stop distracting my workers.
Can I distract you instead?
No, I got work to do, damn it.
Can I examine the place?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a mind test, please.
David's like, please, please.
I am latching on to any olive branch you will give me.
5.
Just give whatever.
As a lot of these ponies are going about their day and working, as you kind of walk around to them and just begin picking up other bits of their conversation, you hear whispers about ponies that have turned into these statuettes. They transform at random. There doesn't seem to be a pattern connecting them. These ponies seem to return to their normal form after some time passes, usually a few hours. So far, 10 ponies have disappeared completely. They were all last seen on the outskirts of the site in the evening or at night.
Yep.
So in the evening or at night, not full day.
Not during the day. But most of the ponies now sleep all kind of clustered together to prevent more of these disappearances.
That is not new information.
Yeah, that is not new information.
You
Unfortunately.
make a mind check.
5.
So, kind of along the way, the same thing as she's been hearing rumors. Rumors that you over here is that indeed a lot of ponies have gone missing, including 3 that were turned into statues. Were seen turned into statues and then disappeared. One of these workers that was there around the same time was also turned into a statue but was not taken. That pony's name is Dusty Stone. Another person who's missing currently, or another pony who's missing currently, is Professor Gully Trotter, a senior member of the expedition. He's been missing for almost a week now.
I begin looking on the outskirts of the camp.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Now, the rest of you fuckos, are you doing anything that's not either trying to get laid or trying to distract them?
1, 2, 3 fuckos here.
Goddamn.
You gotta lump the rest of us in with them.
I do.
Carl's
I
had a
do.
lot of juice.
So
I'm
is
already
Darkan
investigating.
doing anything?
Well, I was looking out for rocks falling, but you know.
Rocks falling?
What I was looking for, that was one of our primary worries. Besides people.
Well,
randomly.
here is literally Badlands.
That's the
and a
only
dig site.
worry I can really kind of account for.
Well, there's no canyon walls currently around near where you are, so there wouldn't be rocks falling around you.
Observing in general,
Okay, gonna roll me a mind test.
waiting for someone to turn into a rock or a statuette. That's a 4.
The only piece of information that you hear that's different from what they've heard is that ever since Professor Gully Trotter has disappeared, Dr. Caballeron has been leaving camp for days at a time, and he only takes his 3 closest assistants.
So I'm going to turn my attention to the most useful pony in the bunch.
Okay. Sasha,
Snickers.
are you going to be doing anything besides aggravating the 4 pony?
Mount the assistants.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, he said I'm gonna do it.
Well, the
I'm gonna
assistants.
try to lure them into the shade.
Well, okay. Well, Caballeron currently isn't in the dig site, so his assistants are not currently there.
No fuck. Sorry, that's the problem.
Whenever Mirage is free, I'm gonna try to learn how to twerk.
So, are you going to go ahead and teach him how to twerk?
L2 twerk?
You know what? I'm so confident in my twerking abilities. You'll be a twerking master after we're done.
Here, I'm gonna be a twerking master.
Okay, so
Confident.
I will go ahead and grab a pony.
Yeah!
Go ahead and grab a token of friendship, and go ahead and make a dancing. You know what? No. Fuck it. We're changing that word. It's not dancing. You're making a twerking roll.
Yes! So I want to erase it to twerking?
Yes, you're changing it to twerking. Goddammit.
Woo!
That's correct, folks. We're changing one of the official
5.
rules.
5. I would like you to go ahead and roll a d4.
2.
Okay.
Goddamn, dude.
He's He's not great at twerking. His giant dong keeps slapping him in the stomach, and it just doesn't. It throws off his rhythm.
That's not conducive to
yes,
twerk.
yes, it just throws off his rhythm. But maybe with a couple of more lessons, he might be able to pick it up. Go ahead on your next talent. Go ahead and write twerking, but don't add a die value to it yet.
Can he twerk his junk instead?
No.
I'm afraid.
We're not gonna. I've already given.
He bludgeoned his manhood.
So Caramel, with the information that you have discovered, are you going to do anything else?
It's not new information. Can I kiss and then interview the black pony?
Oh, the Dusty Stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say kiss because I want to
Go ahead and roll me a charm check.
Sure. D6. This one. Yes. Oh, 3.
Do you want to keep the roll, or do you want to...
I'll spend my...
I'm spending one too, so she gets to roll a d20.
So roll a d20.
Oh my.
The big one. Yeah.
This one?
No. This one.
Roll the bigot.
Oh, 12.
Dusty is immediately taken with you and your very nicely coiffed hair. Or mane, I should say.
Yeah.
He will let you know that he heard some strange sounds and went to investigate that night. When he arrived, he saw a mysterious cloaked figure running away that zapped him and turned him into a statuette. But then he suddenly was just awake. Like no time had passed, nothing happened. It was almost like from one second to the next, it was the next morning and he wasn't where he initially was. So being in statue form isn't necessarily like terrible.
So strange.
But he definitely the thing he describes is that same pony, that same hooded pony that attacked you all. It seems as if it was that same pony.
The unicorn.
Yes.
Okay.
You go ahead and roll me another mind test, please.
Who, me?
I'm gonna
Shady.
2.
Okay. So you all hear some commotion and the clattering of hooves toward the outskirts of the dig site. 4 earth ponies arrive at the camp area. 3 of them look particularly tough and seem to be following the orders of the 4th pony. The leader has a dark gray mane and tail and a lighter gray coat. You see him speaking to the other 3 and then to a handful of ponies from the camp who trot up to meet him. You see one of them point in your direction, and the leader looks right at you. The one who points in your direction is Sunny Saddle. He says something briefly to the 3 tough ponies following him, who then start coming towards you. As they approach, one of them speaks out. Dr. Cavalerin wants to see you in his tent. Another joins in saying, yeah, he's looking forward to meeting our unexpected guest. The third says, we'll take you there right away.
Oh, I bet you will, big boy.
I know, right?
The 3 ponies stand around you, waiting for your response. What do you do?
Of course, let me
I'll go see him in his
freshen
private
up real
tent.
quick. Let me go freshen up. I go freshen up.
They follow you.
She has
I
to
go
go
into my
clean
tent.
out. She has to go clean out, dead ass.
I'm freshening up.
There's lots of stuff gets up in the nooks and crannies. You know, you gotta bang that shit out.
Lots of junk in that trunk.
Oh, that's
Hang
already
out.
been done a few times.
That's a very, very good way to put that.
By the way, you're still picking stuff out of your teeth.
Just got junk in the trunk. Alright, so I will change.
Yeah,
you
Dave-
did that. That was
You
all
did that
you,
one to
bud.
yourself.
Yeah, that was all you, David.
He's falling victim.
I don't know how much more I can take. We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
After
Happy, happy,
you all
joy,
have
joy.
collected yourself up, and the
And
3 tough
refresh.
ponies, not this pony in the middle, but these 3 ponies are the 3 tough ponies that come in and pick you all up.
I call him the middle one because he looks weird.
Their
God.
names
Wait, I
are
know
Withers. Their names are Withers, Rogue, and Biff.
Oh, rogue.
Biff?
Biff.
Biff.
Yep, we kind of have to, yeah.
We have to have a Biff.
Have to have a Biff.
Are they just gonna pick them up or all
They
of us?
pick up all 5 of you.
Are we going to biff?
What does the doctor look like?
When you as I said, he seems to be an older filly. He's got black hair, a black mane.
An older.
He's got gray in his.
He
in
is
his
an
mane.
older filly.
He's an old occult. Excuse me. I've had apple juice tonight. Leave me alone.
And we
He's
have
had a-
honestly
he's
just
had a lot
wrapped
of
this shit.
Apple juice.
Also, he looks dignified. An older gentleman.
When you all arrive in his tent, you find it comfortable and nicely decorated on the inside. From a side cabinet, Caballeron will offer you a drink of ice-cold water
Ooh.
as he greets you.
I'll take it and be like, such a gentleman.
He then has you all take a seat, and yes, ponies in this world sit in chairs like people do. Get used to it.
I will comment on the vintage of the water.
And he just kind of...
This is just sitting on the chair.
So, he will sit down, and
That's
the
kinda
6 of
awkward,
you,
seeing
still
how
with
loud
his 3 associates,
Just
still
put it
within the
under the
tent,
table.
watching what's happening. He will look over each of you in turn, and
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry for the manner in which I asked you here. My name is Dr. Caballeron, and well, I'm the leader of this little dig site, and I've heard from Sunny Saddle what you all did, and am intrigued and hoping you all would listen to a proposition that I have for you.
I've listened to a lot of propositions, but
I
I'm not
fucking
gonna
knew
be
it.
my
I
manager.
fucking knew it as soon as I said proposition.
You said it.
You did it to yourself.
You gotta talk to my manager first.
So,
I'm on the phony web.
I'm not sure if you all know, but Professor Gully Trotter has disappeared. And, well, he is rather important to this excavation, and we need him back. I'd like you to try to find the other 9 ponies that have also disappeared as well, but most importantly, we need Gully Trotter back more than any of the others, okay? We're at a standstill here at the dig site. My men are basically just wasting time, and we don't have enough supplies to remain out here indefinitely. Now, I'm willing to offer each of you 50 bits apiece.
Entertain them and I will find him for you.
Well, heading out in the wilderness down here in the Badlands is not a good idea to do it one by oneself.
That's okay, they're useless.
Well,
Excuse me.
I would like each of you to go ahead and make a charm roll.
Huh.
4.
1.
2.
4, 2,
1.
1, 5.
What is it now?
Charm.
Ooh, I'm good at that one. That's a 6.
6. This seems like a damn good proposition to each of you. And 50 bits? Hell, with how suave and debonair this cult is, probably would have done it for free. So the 50 bits is just nice little sprinkling on top. Thank you all very much for agreeing to find the professor. I look forward to your all's return. Last he was seen on the outskirts of the dig site. My suggestion to you would be head on south. See if you can find him.
Cool, sweetie.
And to show my appreciation for you all attempting me to help in this problem, I'm gonna offer you. He goes over to his little cabinet and pulls out 2 pots of pony balm that he places upon the table.
Yes, thank you, I need this.
For everybody, honey.
Yes. Since I do all the heavy work, it will be for everybody, as in me.
Well, I think I should have them because I can heal you all, but I cannot heal
Give it
myself.
to Caramel. She has healing.
No.
Just-
She needs me to apply it. Therefore,
Oh.
Magic.
He wants to rub it down.
He's gonna apply it.
You sure know how to treat a lady.
One of the things when you
That's
get
one
back,
way
if
to
you
put
can't
it.
find it,
Yes.
I definitely want you all, if you can't find Gully Trotter, we definitely appreciate you all keeping your eyes out for a pony grappling harness.
A harness?
You might want to head on down to our Site A in order to find him. I'd suggest that'd probably be the place where you might find him, but we ended up having to flee that area, seeing how there were some tassel worms that kept burrowing out of the ground and attacking us. So I would suggest you all be very, very careful.
I sneak around very well. I will be careful.
Okay.
E.
So after your refreshing drink of water with Professor Cavallern, you all can make your way out of his tent and begin the next leg of your journey. What are you all going to do?
I'm going to continue my twerking lessons.
Isn't it a little too soon for that?
Can I learn teleport?
Having seen it, you can begin practicing on it.
Okay, I want to.
I can respect you wanting to learn more. You're not very good at it right now, but just the same, isn't it a little too soon?
So how do I
No.
do that?
It'll help with my live streams.
For your next talent, right, teleport, but don't add a dice value yet.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
I'll head to Site A.
You're going to head to Side A?
I'm going with
Let's go.
over there.
We'll go to Site A. I'll show you more twerk in there.
Oh, Jesus
All right,
Christ.
there we go.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't need you all to come.
Oh, honey. We'll be coming later.
Well, of course you did. You're completely incompetent by yourself.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I keep getting your
Good night, everyone!
We broke David!
I keep getting a fucking picture of Sasha twerking and her fucking dick just like pummeling his own stomach.
We need to put like a harness
Oh,
on.
Jesus Christ.
That's
where
where
we're
the
looking
grappling
for a
hook goes,
harness.
David.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's about all I can take tonight.
No, we're going.
No, I think that's about all I can take tonight.
Come on!
I have imbibed quite a bit of apple juice, and
Yes,
I am
apple
beginning to
juice.
feel it. I would like to thank everyone for showing up for this very short, tumultuous session that we should have gotten to here within 45 minutes. I'm just saying, it's been 3 hours. But
Well,
if you want
that's
to
a half.
play the My Little Pony game, do not let this dissuade you from doing so. It is a cute little game, especially if you have little kids
Yes, it is.
between 6 to
actually
12 years old. It is a great game. It's very well designed. It's more about storytelling than it is about rules. I'm going to be running this adventure minus them.
Baby's first
Basically.
RPG game.
with my daughters, and we'll be having a fantastic time with it. So before I have this in my head every single time I play this game with them, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the
I'm
night.
sorry, you keep looking at me. Go fuck yourself.
I'm looking at all of you.
No, seriously, go fuck yourself.
I would like each of you guys to go ahead and reveal the art for your characters.
Okay,
please.
obviously we couldn't adjust the ass. But if we could have...
Hey, I actually got
would've
to
been
ink mine. I found a Sharpie.
Kyle, I had black markers.
So we're gonna
Oh my god, Nick!
Yeah,
I
we're-
forgot about the dick.
We're gonna take pictures of each of these and we're gonna put them up on our Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. I'm sorry if you're disappointed that we didn't complete the adventure. Hey, at least it's not all spoiled and you have an idea of where it was
Yeah,
going.
Sorry if you're disappointed that we only made it 10% of the way.
If this is something you'd
Fine.
like to see us actually
I was giving us the
finish,
benefit of the doubt.
Just the tip.
please
Like
let
the
us
tip.
know at Dyson Dudes,
You have to go
the
for
number
tip. We're
9.
Full haul.
If you'd like to see us finish this adventure, I'd like you to email us to let us know at DysonDudes, the number 9 at gmail.com. If we get enough people who want to see this thing actually be completed, I will will ban apple juice, and this next time we will go ahead and finish this thing.
Oh, it'll still be bad.
It's still going to be bad, but maybe I shouldn't be partaking in the apple juice. But it is my birthday, and you don't turn 37 every day. So, hey, cheers to that.
It was almost like it was last year for me.
Once again, I want to thank you guys so very much for joining us, and thank you guys so much for helping us get affiliated. We do have a Patreon page up. If you want to throw us some shekels, you can do that there. You can send us bits on Twitch and all that good stuff. We are allergic to asking for that type of stuff, so we're not going to be doing it often, okay? We just want to be able to play. If we just get a few shekels here and there from Twitch, simply for being affiliated, that it pays for drinks and chips and stuff, you know what? That's amazing. That is fantastic. So thank you guys very, very much for putting us in that position. And I hope, once again, that you guys enjoyed tonight. I have not had to stop myself and recollect as many times in a game session as I had in this one tonight. So thank you all for letting me enjoy that. So
You know, he says we're not up to asking very often for patron donations, but eventually we're gonna have a video that goes up at the end of every single one of these. So
no. We'll do that like on dudes on dudes. We'll do that on that, but not on every weekly
so
video.
You say.
I do say.
We'll sort it out.
It will be sorted.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to be doing that stuff, because I hate when people ask for that stuff after every single video. So there's no way I want to do it.
But we will
Well, you
ask
see,
that,
the thing is,
if
they
you're
have a little
interested
outro.
in Girl Scout cookies, we will
Game Vault tomorrow
Game Vault
at noon. Show up. We will have a booth set up so that way you guys can buy all the Girl Scout cookies that you want. Thank you very much for doing that. We'll be back to you once again on Wednesday of next week at our same time, same channel, with the Guns Overall campaign. If you all, we do have a whole bunch of events coming up in February, because in February, at the end of February, we will be saying goodbye to our beautiful Nick. So we're trying to get in as many extra sessions and extra games in it as fast as we can. So expect February to be jam-packed full of as much role-playing as we can get done. And it won't be like this. This is the only one that's going to be like the rest are going to be very different. But once again, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. I will be at Game Vault tomorrow if you guys want to get some board gaming in and buy some Girl Scout cookies.
Fast and hard.
Thank you very much for joining us. From our dudes to you dudes, keep rolling dice. Good night, everybody.